Hey guys, welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome. Hey Bill, welcome. Hey Bill.
Hey, dude.
How are you, Bill?
Good. How you doing?
Good. We'll get started shortly.
Okay.
Welcome everyone. Welcome. Hey Mary, welcome.
Hi, David.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay, thank you. And you?
Good. We'll get started shortly, okay? Awesome. Hey Stella, welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly. Hey Peter, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Hey Travis, welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Hey Daniel, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Tonight we'll go over stocks, options, ETFs. All right. Close out the week. Hey Charity, welcome. Charity.
Sorry, 1 second.
Guys, we'll get started.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started here. Let me share my screen, my trading screen here. As you guys know, this evening, we'll go over equities, options. All right, so you guys should see my screen. Let me make sure here. Yes, you guys should see. All right. This theme is the same. We got up days, down days, up days, down days. So no real trends in the equity markets. Yesterday we looked at weekly charts, so weekly time frames as far as the indexes. And what I want to show you guys this evening is the daily time frames. Okay. So the VIX, before I get into that, the VIX right now is at 30. So it's still above 20. It's 30, guys. So that's still high. So still a lot of volatility in the markets. All right. What we're watching right now here is this is on the daily chart. So last night we took a look at the weekly time frames. Okay, so now we'll take a look at the daily, see what's happening here on the daily. So here is the previous support where we got the sell short signal. This is on the Dow, right? So this is on the Dow. And we are holding right here. The price closed right here. And what we would like to have happen is the price holds down in this area here, but it keeps going. If you guys look here, we've got.
We can't see what you're talking about. You're at.
You guys can see my chart?
Yeah, we can't see the cursor or the chart.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right. How about now? Yes or no? Can you guys see my cursor?
We see the four markets in the VIX.
Really? Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. How about now?
Yep, it's up.
Okay. All right. Okay. 1 second here. All right. Okay, so here is support on the Dow. The Dow, here was our previous sell signal right here, guys, and here's the price action right here. Okay, so the price has been making higher lows right in here, so it's moving higher. Okay, an area of interest is right here. Let me show you guys how we have a triangle setting up right here. Okay, so we've got a triangle setting up right here. So what we're looking for to happen with the Dow, and we'll take a look at the other indexes, is for the price to move higher. Okay, now we can always go right now, based on what the price is doing right here, it's back in this box. All right, so it broke resistance. So previous support is now resistance, and it's right here. Okay, so we'll look for the price to get back in this area right here and break this trend line and then start moving higher. Okay, that's
David?
yes.
I don't want to throw you off, but
Okay.
a couple times you have said you've spoken about a triangle. So do you mind just saying what that is?
Okay, okay. A triangle is kind of like this here, where price, if you guys look here, price is being squeezed. Okay. Let me find a good example. We find them a lot in Forex. Hold on. Usually, Stella, what happens is price gets squeezed in the triangle, and then we usually get a big move either to the upside or to the downside. Okay, and there you can draw them in either in an up in a trending market, up or down. Let's see here. Okay, so here is one. All right. Okay, so right here, see right here, and then here, and you'll find them. You've got to train your eye to find them, right? So here is one here. So a triangle is when price kind of gets squeezed. So you see here, here is the low, here is the high, and then price is getting squeezed between, make it right here, between the two lines here. You see how price is getting squeezed, getting smaller and smaller?
I see that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's impressive. Okay.
Yeah, price gets squeezed, and then eventually, if the trend line is up, right, the bias will be to the upside, and then you'll get a big move. See this big candle right here? You get a
Right.
big breakout. So think of a triangle as like a balloon, and that balloon is being you're squeezing that balloon, right? And eventually it gets so tight, it's gotta move in one way or the other. It's gotta, and that's what usually happens. So you'll usually get a lot of buying coming in or a lot of selling. Okay, after the price has to go somewhere, so it gets squeezed and squeezed in the corner. See here, it's kind of gets squeezed in the corner here, and then it's gotta go somewhere. So you get a big pop, either to the upside or to the downside. If the trend is up, then usually it's to the upside. If the trend is down, it's usually to the downside.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. And you'll find those throughout your charts. Okay, I'll find one more as another example here. Let's see if we can find one to the downside. All right. Oh no. All right, here's another one here. That's a good example here. All right. So here is support right here. All right. And then if you look here, right here, you see how price got squeezed, right? Started high, right? Big swings, narrowing swings, right? Price getting squeezed, and then boom. See that?
Oh, that's a big jump.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, so those are always good to take a look at. So when we take a look at the market, at the Dow right here, price is being squeezed. Okay, price is being squeezed. Okay, we can bring this further down here, and you can see, let's make this a bit more defined. Okay, right here, price is being squeezed. So it's got a bit more room to kind of consolidate up in this area here. All right, and we can anticipate a big move to the upside because the overall trend is up. Okay, it's not a guarantee, but it looks like that's what's setting up right now. Okay, so that's the Dow. That's the Dow there. The S&P and the NASDAQ, pretty much the same. The Russell, we've got more buying in the Russell. Whenever we get these white consolidating candles, right, that's a indication that we could get more buy-in. Okay, we could get a buy-in. There's a lot, nice consolidation in here. Okay, we got a double bottom, nice consolidation in here. We might see the Russell lead out of this. Okay, so if we do get bullish, it looks like the Russell might lead out of this. Okay, right now the futures are down. All right, so right now the futures are down. So it can still go, you know, in any direction, but they're holding. They're definitely holding support. They're holding that support down in here. All right. And, you know, next week will be critical to see, right, if the price moves back up into this area in here and then consolidate for a bit. All right. So a lot of indecision right now, with the indexes. So, you know, we just got to be nimble. All right. As far as the sectors, same story with the sectors. Okay. Crude oil. So energy is the only sector that's up. All right. Only sector that's up. All the other sectors are down. Okay. All the other sectors are down. Energy is right here. And gold, we've seen some action in gold, right? The precious metals. Okay. So we still have to be careful. We are seeing some action in, and I'm surprised, in stock boss. So we're seeing some basic material. So that's precious metals, right? In stock boss, right in here, basic material. Energy stocks, all right, some energy stocks, healthcare. All right, Peter, this is your stock here, Upstart, right? So here is your stock right here. It did give a buy. Yeah, it gave a buy signal. All right. Yeah, so it looks, it's
Ready
holding
to jump
here.
back in.
Yeah.
Ready to jump back in. Your gold that the sniper trader I recommend last Friday, I jumped back in, doing very well. Go Barracks.
Yeah, good job. You got back in. Yeah. Yeah. Keep an eye on your Upstart. Okay, you really might get a, if the market picks up, right? If we can get a move to the upside, right? So if these indexes, and I tell you, they really want to move higher. They really do. Whenever you see price action like this, where they're not falling and they're getting back into the, you know, into that, into the box, we call it, right between support and resistance. That's a, usually when price wants to really go down, they hold the support area. They really hold that support area. All right. So that could help you. That could help you over here. Okay, with this, it looks nice price action here. Nice building. You've got some support. I mean, you've got some resistance right here. Resistance right above. I would say if you can clear that gap right here. Okay, which it's holding that, it's filling that gap nicely right here. Okay, you should be good. I would just wait for get above 163. I think if you can get above 163, you should be good there. Okay. Whenever we see heat seeker moving like this, guys, this is just something to be aware of. Heat seeker will start moving before the indexes. Okay, so we're starting to see some moves, some stocks, right? Usually, usually the stocks are then not moving quite, but they're setting up, and we usually will get in. If the market is very bearish, we'll only have a few stocks in heat seeker for stock boss. We might have about 10 or 15 stocks. This is a lot. This is a lot. So that's telling us that the institutions are building. They're starting to build positions. Okay, they're starting to slowly build positions. And there's a lot of volume. Right here, 611 million shares being traded. Right, this one right here, 236 million shares being traded. All right, this one here, 501 million shares being traded. So they're building. They're starting to get in under the radar. All right, so they're starting to get in under the radar here. Bullmaster, same thing with Bullmaster. All right, usually we get more opportunities in Bullmaster, but it looks like they're starting. These are large caps. So remember, Bullmaster, more expensive stocks, $10 or higher. All right. In stock bars, these are the small cap stocks, so they're the cheaper stocks. Okay, so the small caps might lead us, all right, out of this. All right, but they're buying. They're starting to buy shares. Okay, we don't quite see it yet in the price action, but we can see it here in heat seeker. That makes sense. That makes sense, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about cryptos for a little bit here. Okay. Bitcoin is failing to break this resistance here. Okay, so we've been watching this resistance for a break. Right here, for a break of resistance right here, we've been watching, and it hasn't broken that resistance. All right, that could still happen. So it's trading between right here, support and resistance right here. Okay, we've got purple support and resistance here, so price is moving lower. All right, we would like to see yellow support and resistance build, but we've got purple support and resistance. So there's nothing to do right now. We've got to wait to see, okay, on Bitcoin. And we'll have new positions in Sniper tomorrow. So for Sniper traders, just be ready, right? When we send out your trades. Okay, so Peter, you got into gold again, you did?
Yeah, you remember I was, we got out too early and I jumped back in because, I follow what's going on, gold and energy. Those are the two I'm going long.
Okay, where did you get in? Where did you get in?
Because we got out at Monday, so I jumped back in when at the low.
At the
I
low.
got in at Tuesday.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I just think that, it was doing a pullback and I jumped back in.
Okay, and you
I got in at the red candles on the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and you monitoring on the 30. Okay, you're still in it.
Yeah, I'm still in. Originally we got in at the 22 calls, so I got in at 23 calls. So doing good.
Okay, so this is it here.
Yeah. I see the red candles as a pullback.
Mm-hmm.
Always like, the system will tell us to get out or buy trades, but I see as just getting cheaper price.
Yeah, and you can do that. You're savvy.
As long as we're straight on the 1 hour and the 240, Any red candles on the 30 minutes, it's just a pullback.
Let's take a look here on the 240. It looks good. Very bullish.
Yeah.
You've got a triangle setting up here. So Stella, here's a triangle kind of setting up here. Okay, so here is resistance right here. And then if you look here,
Even though you say not to pay attention to the news, I'm more like, I take in the technical analysis and the fundamental micro, what's going on with everything. It's, you know, because of inflation. That's where the rich people go to. They buy gold.
yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Just make sure that this comes first. Yeah.
Yeah, the technical aligns with
Yeah.
the fundamental analysis.
Yeah. So this comes first, and then if you can get that fundamental to support, right? Then you really have something here. You could get a big move to the upside here.
Yeah, I think I should. Yeah, once it breaks resistance, I'll add more.
Yeah.
To my position.
Yeah. So you should get a big move. You've got resistance right here, and it's breaking that resistance. And you also have resistance right here. So you've got support and resistance on the 240 right here. Right. And guess what? Right here, it's breaking, right? It failed before, it failed. And now you might really get a nice move here to the upside. What's your expiration? How far out are you?
Yeah, remember you gave us till April 14th.
Oh, so you still play in April? Okay.
Yeah, it was just I'm still using the same trade you gave me for sniper.
Okay.
Plenty of time. I mean, I don't have to think. That's what the point of sniper is. Like, we don't have to think.
Yeah.
If it looks straight, just keep going, keep on doing what it tells us to do.
And I know Bill, Stella, you'll start trading sniper tomorrow. That's exactly what you guys want to do. All right. So when we get those sniper trades, guys, you know, for new sniper traders, get out. You want to, when we send the exits, you know, get out. But as you get going, like Peter is doing, right? You want to stay in those trades, okay? But you want to follow the technicals, right? So you want to follow the price action, okay? So this will take a bit more time, you know.
David, I got a question. A couple weeks ago, we remember we had a one issue was with Ford Motors. And you said we put that on there as a hedge. Remember that? That was, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3.
Yes.
And is it important that we buy all 3 recommendations for that reason?
If you've, I would say yes. All right, I would say yes, because we don't know which one will take off. All right, yeah. If you, these options are cheap, you know.
And so far, I've always done all 3. I didn't know if it was set up so you pick and choose or you're all in.
Yeah, you should be all in, and that's why we do 3. Right, that's why we do 3. It's not a lot, right? So that if one, the idea is if one goes against you, right, you still have 2 other opportunities. And what you know, and sometimes we'll do a hedge, right? So if the market is if the market is really healthy, really bullish, we won't hedge, right? Right. So we'll just get calls. If the market is really bearish and things are really moving to the downside, then we'll get puts. But if it's mixed a bit and we're not, you know, certain, and it depends on what's coming through too on the data, right? It depends on what's coming through. So you know, so but I would take, these are cheap options, they're not expensive options. So You know, most of these will be under $200 per trade. Okay, sometimes a lot less. So yeah, just take all three.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, don't
Thank you.
yeah, and that way you're not having to guess and do all of that. All right, and hopefully we'll have all three take off and do well. All right, but the idea is once you guys get really good, all right, I'm gonna remove this short here. Once you guys get really good at this, and it doesn't take long to master this. It's a pretty simple system. The reason why you can go for more, right? Go for more is because you have a catalyst, right? So you guys will find, especially sniper traders, as you're gonna get disappointed at times, right? Where you get out on Monday and it keeps running, and because there's a catalyst, right? They're buying it. That's why it's on the radar, right? So start if like Stella, I know you're starting tomorrow. Watch it. So even if you get out of the trades, okay, kind of continue to watch the movement, all right, through the week to see what the price action does. Okay, so start following it through the week. Okay, so where we might get 50% profit, right, 60% profit, 40% profit, if you follow it a bit longer, like what Peter is doing, that trade might turn out to be a 500% profit or 1,000% profit with options, because these options move, right, Peter?
As long as the we got out in the 30 minutes. As long as the 1 hour and the 240 supports your long, stay in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a markup, and you combine it with David's what you teach us, the different phases. This is on a markup phase.
Yep.
So I'm going to jump back in and let it ride.
Yeah.
As far as it'll take us.
Yeah. So Bill, you've been trading sniper for a while now. Start practicing. Okay. Start practicing. Staying a bit longer. I wouldn't do it with all three, but start looking for one. Just make sure it's in the markup phase. All right. And then if you're not sure, just send me a text and I'll walk you through it. But you're at a point now where you can start doing what Peter is doing, not aggressively, but just slowly doing it. All right. All right. So I'm going to open the floor up for any questions, any charts, anything you guys want to take a look at. But I think personally, I think the market wants to move higher. It really does want to move higher. All right. Any questions on anything?
I was about to get out of my IWM shorts. I was watching the future market. If you could look at IWM.
Okay. So you're watching the futures now?
Yeah, I'm watching the Russell futures, and I'm also, because I'm looking for to manage my position, my shorts.
Yeah.
And
yeah, the Dow.
So it held. Ooh. It came back and did a pullback to the trend line, but it held. So I didn't get out.
Yeah, tough trading for you. It's been tough.
I know.
I don't know how you're doing.
I'm ready. Like I said, I'm nimble. I don't want to get out, but if it tells me to get out, I'll get out.
Yeah.
But my thesis is, like it's tough shorting. It's really tough, and you gotta have the stomach for it.
Yeah, it's a tough. it's been really a struggle.
I can withstand some pullback, but I can't really withstand the white color. Like when it pulls back like that, oh, it's hard to stay in.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here.
If you could just do IWN for 240.
Okay. So here is it right here. This is
Yeah.
just the futures, but I'll pull up your IW.
Yeah, I was looking at the futures. That's perfect. It
Yeah.
looks about the same.
Yeah, it's coming down here. It's down. The
Yeah, I was
market-
watching. I was watching. Does it respect the trend line, or does it doesn't care about the trend line? So
I tell you, Peter, if you do well in this trade, you will deserve all of it.
it's
boy,
my
because,
biggest trade. I can't, like I told you, it's my biggest trade. I'm gonna, until it tells me to get out, then I'm gonna stay in. Because I think my thesis is gonna make one last move down, a third leg down, and then they'll start bouncing back up.
My charts.
If I didn't learn your market phases, I would have gotten out, because technical analysis tells me that it just made a W shape, and that's a reversal. In the old days, I would have gotten out, but because we're on the markdown phase, I'm gonna see if it makes another leg down. See, it looks like it's like a W,
Yeah.
and they teach traders W is a reversal signal.
Mm-hmm.
But this market is tricky, so I know that for it to go down hard, they have to trick you into buying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay put.
So the market is really, if you guys see
See,
this,
it made a W signal previously. If you just go up one, go to the left and go up, see right there, that's a W right there. That's supposed to be a reversal signal.
Yep.
Yeah, but it didn't. So that was so tricky.
You know, boy, I tell you. You know,
I have to throw out all the stupid stuff that I learned, just like textbook stuff. W, head and shoulders, and
if you can get, so right now, the price, right now it's selling, right? Futures are selling. So here is your candle right here, right? So it's coming down. All you need, Peter, all you need is that for this candle here,
break support.
It doesn't even have to break support. All right. It just has to get, it has to clear. Yeah, it's got to come down and close, man. That's, you know, we just need it to close, hold. So, you know, so we need it to at least, I wouldn't say clear this area. If you can clear, like this is where the real buying started here. You see that? You see where the buying started here? All right. I mean, it really started down here. They brought it up here. But if it can clear, right, clear this area right here, I mean, you can sleep. At least you can, you know, you can get a good night's sleep.
I did exactly what you said. Today, I just didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
I checked in on the future in the morning. I went to work. I looked at it at lunch. I just like, you know, I'm just going to take a break. I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel worried. I didn't feel anxiety. I just know if it tells me to get out, I'm just going to take the loss. I'm going to get out. And this is what is really strange. Even though it held, a lot of stock broke down. A lot of stock, especially a lot of tech stock. I told you yesterday I got into Twilio, and it really went my way. All the tech stock today, a lot of them went down. But the Q, it just kind of held. It didn't go anywhere. But a lot of tech stock went down. So that's why I said today was a really strange day.
Yeah. So I think if you can, so watch this level here. I know we're looking at the futures here, but because I want to see the price action, what it's doing right now. Okay. After market. So this candle, it looks good right now in the futures. It's 1.5% down. Okay, the Dow is down almost 400 points, right? Almost 400 points down. So we're getting some selling, right? We're getting some nice selling. I mean, it's trying to move down here. So you need it to get at least this area here, which it could happen, right? And then at least on Friday, right? Tomorrow, at least close. We need the market to close down big. Okay, we need the market to close down.
And this is just adding in the macro, the fundamentals. If Jay Powell spoke yesterday and today, if he says we're not going to raise interest rates because there's a war going on, it's already bad enough, then I would, of course, if a bullish signal tells me to get out, and of course, boom, you know.
Yeah,
But he says they're on track. They're going to raise interest rates.
Okay.
So
I
I'm
mean,
going to stick with my short until it gives me a technical signal to get out.
yeah, everything tells us, if you guys look here, okay, so if you guys look here, for a second. All right, we have another triangle here setting up. I love these triangles. I know we don't talk about these a lot, the triangles, but they're pretty cool. All right, so, and what Peter is doing,
that's exactly what I was watching. I was watching whether the price respects that triangle, that trend line down. And today it did respect it on the futures.
Yep. So if you guys look here, all right, look here. This is a tricky trade. All right. And this is why, we talked about this. This is why this is Peter's big trade. All right. There was a little sell short signal right here. All right. Sell short signal right here. Right. Broke up this support right here. Okay. Support is, I'll draw it out. Support is right about here. Sell short signal right here. So he nailed, you guys remember that. He nailed the entry. And this is what's setting up here. I don't call this support. Support is right here. Okay, we don't count this here. All right. But look at this triangle right here. Look at the downward trend. All right, look at this downward trend. Lower highs, lower lows, okay? And so you guys have to give it to Peter. You really do, because here is our channel right here, because this takes a lot of work. And he's been tested with this trade.
Because
really,
I think the 1 year of 1 year of a support is a stronger support and resistance zone than what we got going below. There's no real support below.
no.
So
no.
the 1 year of the 1 year back and forth, that's a really strong support.
Yeah,
and
so
it becomes resistant.
Here is your support right here.
So the next support down, that's what I'm aiming for, right there. Yeah.
This is your support.
So I think we got one more to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So for it to go down, they have to trick the buyers to buy.
Mm-hmm. Which is what's been happening.
Yeah. So that's my thesis. So that's why it gives me the conviction to stay in. If it respects that downward trend line, I'm going to stay in.
You guys see this? Look at this channel. This is we call this a channel, right? You see how the price goes down to the bottom of the channel, goes up to the top of the channel, goes down to the bottom of the channel, went up to the bottom of the channel, but it keeps going down. And if you guys can look here, if you look here, I know there's a lot going on here, but hey, it is what it's what we have to do. So here is support here. So it came down to that channel, broke down. Here is the next support, basically right here. And we need that price to break this support and come all the way down to the bottom of the channel, down in this area in here. All right, and then it will do the same thing. Might reverse back up again and then go back down again. Okay. but it's moving. Peter is moving nicely down for you. All right, in the futures market. So
Those white candles does not help. But
no, they're painful.
My expectation in the beginning, if it breaks that support, bro, it's gonna go straight down like 2 weeks, doomed. But no, it's
Nope.
been butchering me.
Nope. And this is what happens though, right? This is it, you know, very seldom will it go down, and it doesn't go up. See here, it doesn't go up in a straight line, and this is good. This is an awesome upward trend. But even with a trend like this, right, an upward trend, there were pullbacks, right? Same thing is happening here, and this is what will frustrate us. This is what will get us out of the trade, all of this right here. But if you guys notice, right, the price is still moving down, right? Look, it's going down, right? It started here, right? It keeps going lower, keeps going lower, keeps going lower, keeps going lower, keeps going lower. It keeps going lower. It keeps going lower. So the trend is down. Okay. It had some opportunities to go back up. It didn't. To go back up. It didn't. Right. Even here had opportunities to, you know, break that channel. Right. Go back up. It didn't. And it keeps coming down. Very difficult trading. This is not a very, it's like riding a wild bull, right? Very, very difficult trading. Okay. So good job, Peter. Good job. Like I said, I hope you make $1 million on this trade because you deserve it. You know,
I hate when you say that. I just say, I hope you make a lot of money.
Yeah, I hope you make a lot of money.
Because that puts too much pressure. That makes me want to take more risk, and I need to take lower risk.
Yeah, well, it's not you know, I say that to just, you know, I want you to make a boatload of money, but you know, understand it's not just about this trade. What guys, what Peter is doing, right? And I you know, I've said this before. Once he figures out how to do this and stay, just his entry, remember, Peter waited for this trade for over a year, right? He waited and watched this for over a year and then nailed the entry. And that was, we thought that was pretty cool, right? Right? We all thought that was pretty cool that he nailed the entry. But guess what? The work, I mean, he's still having to do a lot of work with not only with the trade, but with his emotions and staying in with this trade. That's a lot of work. Waiting for it, getting in short, and then managing the trade, and then managing himself through all of this pain. I mean, look at this, right? It wasn't a straight line, and especially when he thought it would just go down, right? It would just sell off, boom, right?
Even with a freaking war.
Even with a war, right?
Is that what it's gonna take to go down?
Yeah, man.
Putin announced the war. Oh my goodness! Like, what is it gonna take? A nuclear war? It's like, we hope not, but she's.
It's crazy, and I
crazy times.
Crazy times. And I tell you, I don't think we've ever been in a situation where we've had so much, I mean, Corona, right? So much, just a pile up of, you know, I don't know, as a country, as a people, I don't even know how we are even getting on with life, because it's been tough. I mean, it has been a tough road, right? For a lot of people, right? And this market just doesn't want to drop. I mean, that says a lot about you know, this country here, right? But I think like everything else, right? I think the market is being squeezed. I think everything is being squeezed, and at some point it will pop. Okay, you know, I don't get a lot into this, but we're in bubbles, right? Everything is in a bubble right now. Everything is in a bubble. All right, everything is in a bubble. So we have to respect the phases. Right now, we are in that distribution phase. Are we at the very top of these cycles? At the very, very top. Okay. So as far as Peter's trade, very difficult trading, but he's hanging in there. He's hanging in there with it. So good job. I hope you guys see this. Do you guys see this here? What's happening with the price action? You guys see that? Anyone
Yep.
doesn't see what we're talking about here?
No, I see it. Very, very clear. Very, very clear.
Yeah.
Where did Peter get in?
Peter, Peter got in right. Let me show you. guys.
205. 205 and 9 cents.
Yeah, he got in right on the break of that support right here, right here.
Can you teach him a little bit about the trick? The fake up to go down. That if you see it, the really top, that little mountain, those green mountain. Yeah, the beginning of the see that portion? When price went up, break that resistance and then rock it back down. That's what we call a trick. Whoever the institution market makers, for them to really take the price down, they had to fool you to buy. So that was a trick going up, and they're gonna take the price down. So I knew that this is a major move to the downside.
Yeah, but if you look at it from that perspective, I mean, let me just annotate here real quick. I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, this is all, can you see it? Let me see. I mean, this is all stops under here, right? Stop, stop, stop. Now with the market coming down like this, running all this stop, it's more likely to start heading up a little bit. And you'll see it. Yeah, you'll see it from like a lower time frame. That's probably why you're getting these white candles here. So this, I mean, selling from here, you probably would have wanted to take profit, some profit off there and move the stop to break even. So that's like a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, I know, because it's just chopping sideways right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you got in here and then where's your stop? Did you move your stop at least a little bit in profit, or is it still like somewhere up here?
Well, he's looking for a bigger trade. So he's not.
No, I'm not scalping.
Yeah, he's looking for a bigger trade.
This is a 2 months trade going to the downside.
Yeah, so he's
I'm targeting right there.
Yeah, his target is right down here.
Yeah, exactly.
But Nick, you're right. You're right. If you were, if he was, you know, scalping it or even doing a swing trade, yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, that's a daily time frame too. You know, that's a what it.
Yeah,
my options are for like 2 months.
Yeah,
like I'm committing serious capital on this to go down all the way down there. So I have stocks and ETFs and puts.
I mean, I would say at least protect some of your position, you know, so you're not at full risk.
Yeah, I know. I need to do more capital management.
Yeah, because you don't want it to take a turn and then, you know, takes you out on everything.
Yeah, my stops is at 205.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's why when it came back to that 205, I exited like half of my position, and then I got back into it when it went back down, when it was respected.
I mean, let me see here. So you see,
I was not expecting to just get rocked like so much, you know, like do so many pullbacks and chop sideways.
You know,
So
and Peter, it's not just the Russell. So all of the indexes are doing the same thing. Okay, so and that's, if you guys look here. And that's why, you know, we have to manage it closely. It's not and every trade will not be like this. All right. This is it's a challenging trade, right? But I tell you what, the most challenging trades, that's where you make your money, right? It's work. It's work, right?
This money is enough money to last for 10 years.
Yes.
So this is like, you have to go for me, I have to go for it because I've been preparing for a year.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
every trade, and this is why this is Peter's big trade. It's not supposed to be easy, right? It's not supposed to be easy. It's a very, especially with what the market is doing, it's a very difficult trade. Not every trade will be like this, but you will, your goal is to get to the point where you have a trade like this. And then you manage not only the trade, but you manage yourself. Okay. So that's the goal. That's the goal, is to get to the point where you have a very difficult trade, right? Kind of like a wild horse, but guess what? You don't get off the horse, right? You keep riding, because guess what? If you guys look at this trade here, with everything that's going on, it is still, and I have to keep saying this, right? It is still, it's not like the thing is trending higher and Peter is staying in. It's making lower highs, lower lows.
What's the weekly time frame looking like, David?
1 second here. Let's see here. That's a good question. The weekly time frame right here. So we've got, so we've got sellers. Here is where the price broke support, Nick. So right here, broke support, right? We got this was our previous buy signal on the weekly. This is a weekly now. So our previous buy signal was a break of this resistance right here, buy signal here, broke support, sell signal. So the sellers are definitely in control on the weekly.
So
go ahead, Nick.
So if you were looking at this chart, you see where the profit potential is.
Yeah, I
you
do
see
that.
If you knew the market phases, and then you know this is the beginning of a markdown phase. And if you're using leverage like 3 times the leverage, this is like serious money. Like, because I predict the market is going to go down about 70 points. And I'm using ultra pro short. So it's 3 times 70 points. So I'm looking for a 210 points move.
Gotcha.
So, and I was watching on a weekly for a whole year, and I noticed, okay, support and resistance. If it breaks that support, I'm going to go short. And here's my exit. My exit is going to be on the top of the
Right
where
here?
yeah, 1705. Yep, that's my first exit. And I have another exit is on the bottom of the, yeah, right there. What? Yeah,
Right,
that's my next. That's my last exit. To go from the very top to the bottom. Yeah, that's my last exit. And that will exactly complete the whole 4 phases. Mark up, distribution, mark down, accumulation. That's the trade.
So this here, I mean, looking from it right now, yes, it could go down, but there's definitely potential for it to pull back before heading down as the markdown phases and stuff like that goes, because we haven't had a test of pretty much this high area. Remember, institutions, they have to close their sell orders, and when they produce this move, they bought the sell, right? And they still have sell positions that push this down.
Yeah.
So fill in all this price action, because this is a straight line up. Now they're filling some of that. They can take it back up and then head down.
Yeah. So that's what I was attributing to these pullbacks, because they're covering their shorts.
Okay,
Yeah.
but the bottom line is this, okay? So we don't, this is all what if, right? What if? So the bottom line is, what are they doing now?
They're
What is,
selling.
yeah, so
Follow
that's
the
it.
price action.
Yeah, that's it. So that's it. That's it. That's it. If they're selling, we want to be in. Okay. So once it changes, if it changes, then yeah. But they're selling, we want to be in. Now this is the weekly time frame. All right. So Peter isn't trading it on the weekly. So he's trading it on the daily. But Peter, you have to watch the 4 hour and your 1 hour and just watch it closely. Okay, for that reversal. Okay,
Yeah.
so Nick is right, because they could, and like I've been saying, right, trade nimble, because you know they're pushing, especially on right here, right? Price is moving higher, you know. So yeah, you got to, you know, you got to do both, right? You've got to stay in the overall trend, but you've got to just keep an eye out for that possible reversal. But good
Yeah.
job, good job.
If you go back to the chart, I mean, I'll show him something else that, you know, he should be in the lookout for. So like, remember I was telling you on the daily chart that they took out all these lows, which is basically stops.
Mhm.
So after they did that, what did they do from this point to here? They made a run back up
Yeah,
into
they
the
ran
trend
back
line,
to
right?
to that 205.
Yeah, to the trend line. So when they came back down, what did they do? They took out the slow, right? It's not a
They
close
respected.
below. It basically, it took it. So if you look at that wick is below the previous one. So everybody who had who bought there and had stops below here has been taken out. All it takes is a wick to take them out. So another potential thing is a nice little bounce like that. So you got, I mean,
I'm watching that for that move.
Yeah, you got to be very careful there, because I mean, this entry is pretty late, to be honest, for me, because you'd probably get another 4 hour after this move and then get something like that and take it on the 4 hours, so getting a little earlier.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Hey, Mary, did you have a question? Did she leave? Okay, I think she left. Okay. So good job, Peter. Very good job. Keep holding. And let's see here. The futures are definitely helping you. The futures are down.
And the VIX is still elevated, right? So
Yeah,
it helps.
yeah. The VIX is
VIX is
still
still in the 30s.
at 30s, and this could move. I mean, this could one day. I mean, in one day, right? This thing could be at 40. I mean, it really could, right? So the VIX right now, if we look here on the VIX, right? Look at this, right? And the VIX is testing resistance here. Okay, so if you look here, is Stella still here? Stella is still here. Okay, that's that triangle right here. Okay, and we've got resistance, I would say, let's see, right about, we'll say right about here. Pretty good resistance right here. Here is the VIX right here. The VIX is moving higher. And when the VIX is moving higher, guess what? You know, market will go down. So it's not going down right now the way we like, but everything is shaping up. All right. And that's what we want, right? Everything
David,
is shaping up.
the futures are breaking down right now.
Yeah.
Both the QQQ and the Russell
Yeah.
on the 1 hour. It's going down hard right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because
yeah. You need a big pop.
it was just
You
reported
need-
that.
What's that?
No, you just said that it's
Daniel.
going
What
down
happened,
now.
Daniel?
That the
The
Russians
news?
took over the European power nuclear power plant. Nuclear power plant.
Wow.
Yeah, it says
Chernobyl or another power plant? I,
oh sorry. It's sorry, not Europe's. Ukraine's largest nuclear plant. Russia attacked
Yeah.
Ukraine's largest nuclear plant.
oh my God. I feel bad for the people living in the capital. They're getting
That's
like the next
crazy.
move is to like bomb them. And oh my God.
Not good,
Sorry.
not good. All right,
good.
guys. All right. I'm gonna call it a night. Any other questions on this? Any other questions on this? I know you new folks, Charity. I know this sounds like a lot of information, but just kind of digest it, right? Just kind of take it in. Stella, you'll be starting with Sniper tomorrow. Good job. All right. Bill, I want you to start practicing, right? Practicing, holding a bit longer. Okay. I want you to
Yep.
start practicing with that. And also before I leave, let's see here. Aussie, we're still in Aussie dollar. All right. We're still holding Aussie dollar here. All right. And Aussie yen. Okay. Still in the markup phase, nothing to do. Just hold on. All right, guys, take care. Have a great evening, and I will see you guys back on Sunday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, David.
Hey, Peter, good luck, bud.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Everyone stay sane.
Bye-bye.